Good evening. Today we are going to learn punctuation in English. What is punctuation? In writing, we can use punctuation marks to emphasize, clarify what we mean. Meanwhile, in speaking, we can make a pause, stop, change our tone of voice. That's why in writing, we make use of punctuation marks as signals to our readers. The full stop. The full stop is used at the end of a complete sentence or an utterance which is neither an exclamation nor a question. Example, he saw a UFO among the trees. He asked me if I had seen it. The full stop. After abbreviations, also we use full stop. BA, Bachelor of Arts. So we are putting a full stop RM. It is a dot after B and after A. Example. So this is a abbreviation. NB, and all these abbreviations is often the practice to omit the full stop if the last letter of the abbreviated word is given. Example, Mr., Doctor, and all those things. The full stop is most important of the punctuation marks. Its omission when it uses undeniably required will confuse the reader. Ideas will be mixed up and the meaning intended by the writer will not be probably communicated to the reader. A comma. Second important part of the communication punctuation is the comma. A comma is a punctuation mark that indicates pause in needed in a sentence. A pause is needed in a sentence. It separates the structural elements of the sentences to manageable segments. Suppose we cannot pronounce all the sentence at a time. So if a comma is given, so we can easily take the very short break. Full stop is a longer break, comma is a very short break, and we control our breath and will continue. Commas are both an aid to sense and to ease of reading. They are sometimes used in long sentences to break up words into sections where the sense allow a pause to be taken. It is better to underuse them than to overuse them. Commas are frequently overused. It is as well always considered the effect on the sense and construction of a sentence that their inclusion or omission would have considered the following. For example, I saw my friend John. See here, so you are putting a comma here. So to maybe to omission and inclusion can be easily clearly understood. The comma, the first sentence implies that I have several friends, but that I saw was Tom. The omission of the comma allows Tom to define which friend it was that I saw. The second sentence may imply that I have only one friend, that his name happens to be Tom. This inclusion of comma allows the word Tom merely to qualify the word friend. It may also mean that the speaker is addressing Tom when he or she says, I saw my friend. So conventionally, we use commas to separate two descriptions set side by side, the same object or the person. The second of the two descriptions adds to the meaning of the first and parallel to it. Mr. Brown, the grocer, sells butter. So we are talking about one person only, but we are saying Mr. Brown, the grocer, sells butter. So we need to show that kind of decorum and with the comma to separate the items of elements of a list. At grocers, I bought some eggs, bacon, sugar, tea, and biscuits. Some writers would not insert comma before the final, but others would argue because it separates tea from biscuits as elements list should be there. Look, however, at the final comma, the following list where it is essential. For breakfast, I ate some cereals, toast, eggs, and bacon. So when end is there, we don't put the comma there. The mark of the name of the title of the person being addressed. Example, Mr. Miss Smith, what is the trouble? I would much better, James, you told me the truth. Doctor, I had a pain. See the commas. Mr. Smith after Mr. Smith, and I would much rather, and doctor. So this is the conventional use. We can see following introductory words which introduce direct speech or a direct question. Example, he said, I know that I should not have said that. The policeman asked, why did you hesitate? See the commas here. When a conversation is there, the conversation is shown in the quotes, and before that we use comma. To separate short clauses which list actions, events, and so on. The man rose. That means he was standing. The one class, comma, left the room, slammed the door. Left the room is one class, slammed the door, and made his way into the street. Last one we are not using because this is and is there. So made his way into the street. So there are some actions are there. So we are using comma there. To indicate a statement interpolated within a sentence. Commas are here effectively brackets of the interpolation. It is obvious, all things considered, that he had done the wrong thing. So example, we can see how maybe it is acting like a inter bracket of the interpolation. All the things considered that he had done the wrong. So it was obvious. It is separating from this, and it's very clear that, so it is clear that he made a mistake. And after considering all the things, instead of that, it is obvious, all things considered, that he had done the wrong. To separate or mark off a phrase which stands apart from the rest of the sentence. Example, the decision taken, there was no going back. So what is the important thing which is standing about the decision taken? And there was no going back. So here the phrase to separate a mark of which stands apart from the rest of the sentence. There was no going back. That means two different words, sentences from the person, but they are just separated by comma because he was very strong in taking the decision. To indicate where the words have been deliberately omitted but need to be understood. Some places the word is not there, it is omitted. Maybe for the passage of the age and all. The professor could pursue his own ideas or mine. His own ideas, mine. That means he wants maybe the student or the listener want to keep his ideas. The professor could pursue his own ideas. That means two are different. So what, like deliberately omitted, but we can understand. So I am following my own. Professor is pursuing his ideas. So we are omitting that my ideas here. To mark up a series of statements in the same sentence. He knew that he had to do, where he had to go, where he should take the next step. So series of statements. So what actually, first statement is, you know what he had to do. Then second is where he had to go. And third one is, and he had to take the next step. Three steps are there. So three commas are indicated here. Conventional method to mark up a statement which qualifies the meaning of a word. To mark up a statement which qualifies the meaning of the word. See here, he stumbled into the house which was his home. This implies that there was only one house and this house happened to be his home. He stumbled into the house which was his home. So comma is telling where actually he stumbled. So that is his own house. Use commas wherever you think they are necessary to prevent possible confusion and misreading. Conventional use of commas. The comma in a compound sentence is placed before the coordinating conjunction. Andy built a sand castle and Joe played with his dog. See here, see the words here. So Andy built a castle, sand castle. Joe played with a dog. So conjunction is there. So to separate all that, we are using this comma here. When a dependent clause is located after an independent clause, don't place comma between the two. Augustine is a good team, but Natican is better. So there are no commas, we can understand. So we have to put when dependent clause is located after independent, do not place a comma between the two, because this is a sentence which is a compound sentence. Dependent clause is there. The semicolon. The semicolon marks off one part of sentence from another much more sharply than comma. It is particularly useful to divide a long sentence into self-contained sections. The semicolon is used to separate a series of complete statements which nevertheless belong to a longer whole statement. Example, he was ill. He now know it. He would go to the doctors. See here, semicolon is used. He was ill. He knew it. So all are independent statements. So but whole is giving belong to a longer whole statement. There, but maybe part, but they belong to that. Semicolons here give to the three short statements a dramatic note which would not be present if the first were replaced by a comma and the second by a conjunction, such as and, indeed, to change the statement. That's why this way would weaken it so much that it would become almost meaningless.